So if you're wanting to start your own business, but you don't want anything too complicated, what is the easiest way to start a business? I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. So for starters, one thing I recommend is starting your business as what's called a sole proprietorship, which is a form of business. It's a form of legal structure that is unincorporated and it's just tied to one individual. And that's the easiest to set up. It's the fastest to set up. It's the cheapest. And in some cases, you don't even have to register the business if you are operating as a sole proprietorship, particularly if you're just operating under your personal legal name and you're not using a business trade name. So sometimes it wouldn't make sense to set up your business as a proprietorship and might make more sense to incorporate. That would depend on the type of business and the goals of the individual owners. But if you're looking for simplicity, then setting up in that way can be a great option. The next thing is, if you are setting up that proprietorship, as I mentioned, just using your personal legal name for the business, rather than having to pay to get a business name. But typically it's not that expensive to register a business name and register the business. So depends on you, but that's a simple way to do it. The next tip is to make it a home-based business, or if not a home-based business, then maybe even just renting some space in a co-working facility. There are, quite a few co-working places in larger cities, especially, where you can, pay a pretty low fee to be able to access their facilities and, maybe have your own office or cubicle and use their printers and boardrooms and things like that. So that can be a good way to start a business without having to rent out your own facility. The next tip is, when setting up a bank account, try and keep that simple. Go for one where you don't have high fees. And in the case that you are operating a sole proprietorship under your personal legal name, then you don't necessarily even need a separate business bank account. You can use your personal account. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it though. It's better to keep your personal and business transactions separate. Whereas in the case that you are registering a business name to your business, then you'll need a separate business bank account, so that if clients are writing you checks made out to your business name, then you're able to deposit those, because typically a personal bank account won't allow you to deposit checks made out to a business name. The next tip is just start the business just with yourself. Don't have employees, because when you have employees, you're probably going to have to set up a bunch of extra infrastructure, whether that's, setting up a payroll account with the government, collecting deductions, getting insurance, workers' compensation, developing contracts, employment contracts for those employees, getting checks to pay them and things like that. So having employees can be great, but if you're trying to keep your business really small and simple to start out with, then just, be the sole owner and operator. Another benefit, if you are going to operate your business as a sole proprietorship, in terms of simplicity, is with sole proprietors, typically you're just filing your business tax as part of your personal income tax return. So there's no need to create a whole other separate tax return. So that allows for simplification with your bookkeeping, your financial reporting, and your tax filing. And another tip, and this varies very much depending on which region your business is, but sometimes, at least here in Canada, for smaller businesses or for certain types of businesses, you can avoid charging sales tax on your products or services. So that's something that's a little bit more complicated and can vary a lot, but there sometimes are exceptions for certain businesses. So definitely something to look into. Just makes it easier for a simple business to not have to charge those taxes. But if you are required to charge those taxes, you'll want to make sure that you are set up properly and doing that properly. It's not something you want to avoid, and you should only not do it if you are eligible to not do it. And now just some quick examples of very simple businesses that would kind of match this criteria. Think of things like doing graphic design or video editing or building websites or coaching, consulting, tutoring, maybe a cleaning business. All of these types of businesses you can set up as a proprietorship. You can use your personal legal name, probably use your personal bank account if you want to. Taxes are typically going to be part of your personal income tax. There's not high startup costs. They can be home-based businesses or remote businesses. You might just need a basic business license, a vendor's license. So startup work is easy, startup costs are low, and it's a pretty simple business overall that can be great as kind of just a side business if you're still working full-time. Or this could potentially be something that grows into your main career, your main business, depending on your goals and the demand for the products or services that you're providing. So hopefully that was helpful. If you enjoyed the video, click like, and you can check out my channel for other videos on business management and business startup information. And if you have any questions, feel free to just leave a comment in the comment section and I'll get to that when I have a chance. And if you want to book a one-on-one consultation with myself, you can do that. I offer 1 hour free. I will leave a link in the video description. And I am a business management consultant, so that's what I do, is help people start, build, grow, and improve their businesses.